I mean,
For like, I teach you guitar. Yeah.
I mean, I took piano lessons for many years.
I
can read music. I can play very basic piano, but that's about it.
I've had a guitar since I was 14, and I try to play it like every
you have a guitar
1 to 3 years. And for some reason, like I don't know, like I don't have any rhythm, and that's I think ultimately the problem. It like my attention span and my rhythm, it just doesn't exist. And so, but I keep trying to learn. I keep trying to learn. Yeah. No, I keep trying.
Eventually. Yes. See, there you go. Yeah. Piano. Yes.
Yeah, well,
I can play piano.
We have our one-stop shop for all the musical instruments right here. Well,
yes.
We know who to reach out to.
It's like a long-term dream for me, though, is like I really do want for my office desk. Like they have like desks where you can have like a lower level like keyboard beneath it, and that's like a dream for me. Though I don't have capacity to practice piano.
We can figure it out. We can figure it out. So Stormfire is more of a rogue than a wizard. Oh, okay, so we're talking about Dungeons Dragons classes. I mean, you say Dungeons Dragons, I say real life. So to each their own. So my question is, as a rogue, like, are you talking dual wielding rogue, swords, daggers? Like, what's the deal?
No one
knows. Let's see, man, we got all kinds of names. Go ahead with this one.
Brick Builder Prime. I got that one. Please don't. If there's anything where I have to like actually pronounce things, I felt hooked on phonics twice in the 5th grade. So my ability to pronounce things is very low.
My favorite thing is to just have you read people's names. Like that should just be something we do on the regular. Is I just like collect names for you to read.
Yeah, that will not work out for anyone. Do you have an acoustic? I actually bought because anytime where I can donate money, I'm like super excited about. So like I love to go. But we went to I'm serious. If a child shows up at our house and they're knocking on the door and they're asking for like money for like their school, whatever, I'm definitely gonna get them money. But we went to a Special Olympics thing and I got
fundraiser.
Fundraiser, and I of course like donated money and I was able to get a ukulele. I attempted to play it like a couple times and I realized this is not going to work for me. So
to answer your question, we have a ukulele and an electric guitar.
Yes, we have
but I'm left-handed, so it's an left-handed electric guitar. And we have our guest of honor.
Yes.
Wait.
That's not
our guest of honor. Yeah, our guest of honor has joined us backstage.
Yes, but we will in just
I clicked on the wrong thing. And we have our guest of honor.
Yes.
Here we go.
Thank you. You can just Jaman Music. Okay. I can't pronounce anything.
All right.
I went to public school. I don't know how to help you.
Time's ticking. We gotta go. Get it together.
I know. Hello, Flip.
Thanks for joining us, Flip.
Yes. And it's a wonder we're on Doug Baldwin's channel. I have no idea, other than he was kind enough to dual stream with us. So that's all on him.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we should invite our very special guest, who we have met in real life at least once, maybe more. We met him at TFCon. So I don't know anything about Transformers or collecting, really. Like I have to start every episode with that, but. Like he was a super nice guy. Like some people at TFCon, little like, like prissy about it. Like, oh, if you don't know all the things by heart, like whatever. And
who was that?
Well, it was like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I know you're talking. Yeah, I'm talking about a different like TFCon Chicago.
This was a different
panel where somebody got really grumpy at me because I don't know all the things. But
anyway, you gonna rein it in?
I'm gonna rein it in. We're gonna rein it in here. So I he's a super nice guy, and it's nice to. I really like it when we invite people to our panel that we've met in real life. So that's all I got.
And on that note,
our special guest, yay!
I know those type of people that you're talking about.
Yeah. One quick second here. There we go.
You got it fixed. But no. I think what I like about you is that you make collecting accessible to people, and like I'm just trying to be like a supportive wife. Like, am I going to dive into all the lore? Absolutely not. Do I care? Absolutely not. will I let him collect whatever he wants and I'll watch whatever like movie? Sure, why not? Like we'll do that, but I'm not gonna go far into the rabbit hole. So.
Actually, what I secretly do is I put on Chris McFeely YouTube videos like when she's getting ready for bed to like just slowly ingrain like.
I mean, you do actually put on a lot of like weird like YouTube videos at bed, like as we're trying to get like.
You're just like brushing your teeth, not doing anything else. I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sneak some Transformers lore into her brain.
There's a weird side of Transformers that he haven't even touched upon. So there are some suspect things out there.
Are we talking about kiss play? Are we going straight into that?
All that kiss play stuff. There's
Hold on. I don't know what we're talking about right now.
You should.
I'll find it. I'll get a YouTube video.
No, don't show her that stuff. Then she'll hate Transformers forever. Do not show her kiss play. Do not show her any of that stuff. She will not like Transformers anymore.
She'll probably just be like, wait a minute, this is weird. I'm into this. Let me go look up the history on it.
That's true. But there's a lot of history. I want to say thank you so much for having me on. First of all, it's an honor to be on this show with y'all. Like I said, meeting y'all was really, just meeting new people, just in general, just talking to the people. And like you said at the beginning, I know the type of people that you're talking about. And I don't really associate with those people because they're not really, all there sometimes, but that's fine. They love Transformers. That's all that matters. And I will be nice to anybody. But once you start being a little snobby, then I'm like, I'm out. I'm going to go talk to people that, actually like to talk, and everything.
I feel like there's three groups of like Transformers fans, right? Like there are the diehards that everything is on point according to lore, but their lore because Transformers lore is just all over the place, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like their canon, right? Their head canon is what it is, right? There are the people that are diehard third-party collectors, and that's all they collect. That's all they're into is third-party. And then there are like the people that just like toys and Transformers. And I find it funny that they're just like, you can kind of bucket people into one of these.
And there's people like me that's like, whatever, like that looks cool. I'll buy that.
I mean, that's who I am. Like, I'm just
I'd have to throw in a fourth group too as well because they're official collectors. Just collect official. That's it. They don't third party is nothing. They don't know what third party is. So there is kind of another group of that and everything. So I'm everything. If you watch my reviews, I collect legends, MP, third party, official, sometimes fourth party, knockoff stuff. I don't get into that a lot, but I collect everything. So I love Transformers just where you are. Behind me, I got stuff that don't transform. People don't, sometimes want to throw a fit that if it doesn't transform, it's not a Transformer. And I always say, Transformers is just a name brand. Right. Anything can be a Transformer. It doesn't have to, but that's beside the point. But I collect everything. So
I feel the same way. Like I have some of the model kit, like the Flame Toys model kits, and I'm trying to think of what else.
3-0. We got
3-0. That's what I was looking for. 3-0.
Blokees.
Yellow Park. Yellow Park is really good. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't transform. Like the 3-0. If I could start over collecting, like I always say, Legends and 3-0 would be my go-to right now because I love just the way that like they look and just on a shelf like behind me just looks so good. So
I know, like I think I have most of the 3-0, the MDLX figures. I haven't got into the DLX ones. Okay. And I really like them. Because I go back and forth. So Transformers is my main collection, but I also have a smaller collection of like action figures of various things.
You just spiral.
And I so the thing is, I'm like, I like Transformers, but I'm like, that's cool and I want it, So it's like my scope is wide, right? But I actually like Transformers that are action figures because I don't need everything to transform, because I'm like, I have an Optimus Prime that transforms, but then I have a more highly articulated, refined, stylized Optimus Prime that is
details.
Yeah.
But and people say that, if it doesn't transform, not transform. I'm like, do you sit there and transform all your Transformers on your shelf all the time? So they're basically just action figures anyways.
Yeah.
So, but do you transform though? So he can't put it on the shelf until he transforms it at least once.
Yeah.
Yes. That's you have to do that. I don't want to say that. A lot of people like fans toys, people that collect fans toys, if they most of the time that comes in, well, all the time really comes in bot mode. They just take it, put it on the shelf, and good to go. Because sometimes a pain in a tank to kind of transform it all the time. So some of the B stuff, if they don't want to transform it, that's fine with me. I don't have to, I guess if I didn't do reviews, I probably would transform everything and put it on the shelf. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like,
before we get too far down the rabbit hole of
we just went right into.
I know we went real hard right into
my bad. That's my fault. Sorry about
that. No, you're fine. Yeah.
So, if you would like to just tell us as little or as much about you, anything that we could use to your what? How do we always talk about this? Like your grade school, your mother's maiden name,
social security card, bank account numbers, home address,
PIN numbers,
anything you want to give us that we can just take and definitely not steal your identity to buy more Transformers.
Well, my social security number is 867-5309, and if you do not sing that every time you say that, you do not know music. So I'm just saying. Now, so I am 49, fixing to be 50 this year. Jeebus, I'm old. I was born in Arkansas, lived most of my life in Arkansas, went to school here. I was in the Army for 8 years, so I got to travel a little bit. And then I came back, and I've been here since. I've been married for, we're going on 14 years this year. Her name is Lisa. Love her to death. She supports me, and she kind of supports me. She wishes I would slow down, but I'm not going to. No, I need to slow down. I live in Arkansas. Like I said, we just moved. I lived in Central Arkansas, which was around Little Rock area. Now we're moving back. We moved back. We got a new house in Northeast Arkansas, where I was born and she was born too. So she wanted to be around her family. And we did that. And as far as collecting, I collected as a kid, I guess. I didn't really call it collecting because you really just got stuff and play with it. I don't think you really collected as a kid. That's my opinion. You may differ. 2000 was when I really hit the stride, was when RID came out. I've told the story quite a few times. I was at Walmart getting my oil change. And back then, the toys section was around where the motor part, where you got your oil change and everything. And I walked around and I saw some RID stuff. And I was like, oh, I used to collect that. I watched Beast Wars a little bit. That is Jenny's number. That is true. And I walked around and I saw them and I just started, and I had adult money at that time. So I started buying stuff and everything. Then I found eBay, and eBay was the devil at that time. Right. And I found G1 stuff. So Starscream was my favorite character, but Ultra Magnus, for some reason, I bought him first, and he was like $20 complete. And that just went down there. So I stopped a little bit. Then Armada came out. I saw Starscream in Walmart, and I purchased that. And I've been collecting for 26 years now, and I have a huge collection. I know I need to get it up so I can show my collection off, but it's a lot of stuff. I have too much crap, so yeah.
I mean, I think we can all attest to that.
There are many patient spouses and wives out there that are just like, yes.
I feel so bad about this, but I haven't even actually opened any of the Studio Series 86 Devastator figures yet, the Constructicons.
Yeah.
Because I pre-ordered the upgrade kits, and then one came in, and I'm like, well, I might as well wait for the other ones now, and then just do it all together. Exactly. I make these dumb rules in my head, and so I'm like.
I skipped on Devastator because I have so many Devastators. It was like a Devastator war at one time, and it still is. I'm still waiting to get some of the other ones for a couple of them, but I skipped on that Devastator. I wasn't really interested in it, and I'm going for Bruticus because Bruticus is my favorite combiner, and I got Superion. But for some reason, I skipped Devastator. I may go back and get it, if it's if I find it, but I'm not in no hurry to get that one. So
I'm sure they'll re-release it at some point as a box set.
A box set, yeah.
So just because of your location and you are directly south of us, right? We got Missouri in between us here a little bit. Okay. How often do you go to Branson? I'm just curious.
Man.
I'm just going to bring that up.
By the way, this is Topless Toy Talk, but like we generally do not talk about toys.
No, we talk about like whatever
that's fine. That's fine. Branson, I love Branson. As a kid, I used to go. I remember Branson only being 2 lanes. Like they made the middle of. I don't know if y'all been the last time y'all been, but it's like a 4-6 lane. Now the middle of the town, but it used to be a 2 lane. And it was backed up from the beginning of the city to the end. My parents used to take us because my grandmother lived in, I don't know if you ever heard of Harrison, Arkansas. It's it's about an hour away from Branson. Mm-hmm. So we would go see my grandma, then we would go up to, Silver Dollar City. That's where Branson has a lot of, one of their theme parks and everything. They had a water park, and I used to go over there all the time. And last time I went was a couple years ago. Me and my wife went up there for a little bit. They got the Titanic thing going on still and everything. So it's pretty cool. Branson's pretty cool. It's grown a lot since, like I said, I remember it as a 2-lane, street. Now they have a huge, like 4 or 5 or 6, something like that. So
it's been a bit since I've been to Branson, but so I grew up in Eastern Iowa, which is not exactly like the most. I don't know how to put it. Like it's very rural. Like I grew up on a gravel road on a farm, all that stuff. But the closest airport to me did 2 direct flights. One was to Chicago O'Hare. The other was to Branson, Missouri. So, you just take that for what it is. Like, Branson was like the vacation hotspot destination.
Not St. Louis, but Branson.
No,
they said, screw St. Louis, it's a bigger city. We're going to go straight to Branson.
Yeah.
Chicago, too, as well. Huh, okay.
I love all these Devastator puns that are going on here in the chat.
People are having a great time. I'm talking about Branson. Like, that's what we're going to talk about.
It's like, whatever. We're gonna carry this conversation without Sarah. Like, she wants to talk about Missouri. We want to talk about Devastator. So
we were in St. Louis just a couple weeks ago too, as well. So
very cool.
Yeah. It's a good place.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was trying to think of the last time I've been to Branson, and the answer is I don't know. So
I have been to Branson.
I hope you don't ask me about my experience there, because
that was pre-you when I was in Branson last, and also same thing with St. Louis. Last time I was in St. Louis was actually in college.
Fun.
Yep. So
I saw the arch once.
No way.
I was not impressed. So I have no desire.
You're not missing anything. You're really not missing anything.
Those eggs are very claustrophobic though. When you go up the arch, I don't think I would do that again.
Especially when you get to the top.
Nope. That was once.
Yeah. Seen it once. I'm good to go. I don't need to see it again. I'm good.
So, question. So, like when you were young, did you have local non-corporate toy stores? We used to have Whitney Farrell's?
No.
Anyone know about it? Has it ever church? I have never heard of that. So we had non-corporate. The only non-corporate local toy store I know of is the one that we still have, which is actually it's called JCD and Hobby.
Oh, that's been around that long?
I don't know if it's been around that long, but that's the only one I ever know of. I can't think of one prior to that.
Yeah, I mean, I lived on a farm, and our closest town was 5,000 people that I had to go into, and we did not have. We had something called Pomida that was like
that's a chain.
Yeah, Pomida predated, but that was still a chain. I don't think there's any more.
That's a grocery store.
No, it was a chain. It was like a rip-off Kmart. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there were any toy stores like sort of like mom and pop stores that would maybe sell toys, but there were no. You'd have to go into the big city to get toys. Like that was not a thing.
I was born in a town called Paragould, and they had a store just kind of like a Kmart thing. It's called Alco. And it's just wild. I took my wife. We were about 20 minutes away from where I was born, and I took her and showed her, where I used to live and everything. It has changed so much. I mean, the stuff used to be here, stuff that's not there anymore. I went to my old high school, and now it's just there's tractors everywhere. It's just that because our school was so small, they had to consolidate with other schools because they weren't making enough money and stuff and everything. So I went back to look at the building. It's almost tore down. There's, just tractors and everything. And it's out in the middle of nowhere, so it's wild. Just going to see, what used to be there. And I used to point out, that used to be a McDonald's, not there anymore. That used to be Walmart. not there anymore.
That is wild. Like if McDonald's and Walmart are closing, that's like a real.
Well, they closed. They just moved. They just moved to a different area. They made a bigger one, a nicer one, and everything. So it's just wild to go see your older towns and stuff, and what you grew up on, it's not there anymore. Everything is just different.
We just did that the other week. We went and got breakfast at a new local place in Johnston.
Oh yeah.
And like when we were driving through, I was like, wait, that's different. That's new. Like this was kind of the area I went to high school, and I was like, this didn't exist. This what used to be a movie theater.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Like,
still moving.
It's kind of funny. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna get on a weird topic here. Weird train here. But it's kind of funny. Like when you think about in terms of like real estate and businesses and stuff like that, like how like quickly some of that changes and turns over, because like we're talking a matter of like 3, 5, 10 years. Because like we were over in that area for something just like a few months back, and like they had built like a whole new strip mall of like all kinds of stuff within like 6-9 months. But then like then you come over here to like Transformers stuff, and it's like Optimus Prime forever.
Exactly.
It's just funny how like some of the stuff like you're talking about, like Walmart and McDonald's, right? Like they move locations and change, and like what goes into those, and it's like just kind of an area just completely overnight changes.
Like Kmart, like I was telling a story, I was telling my wife and everything like that. It used to be a Kmart. She's like, oh, I could see, you could still see the Kmart, in it, but it's not there. It was weird. It's just wild. Just to go see stuff, and like that stuff moves and everything. I try to remember, like, there used to be a house there, used to be this over there, and now it's man, just stuff just everywhere. Like I remember like strips of stuff, but nothing was there at all in the town, and now there's like stores and just everything around. I'm just like, man, I'm growing. I'm just old. I'm just old.
I mean, my hometown is like small, and so they're still talking about the gas station that opened 5 years ago. So like it's funny. There's nothing that changes there. Nothing. No, I love this. We got a very active chat. So good job, chat.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, there is one individual here that really is hoping
that you lower the camera here.
They're like, where's my deluxe OF?
Yes. Let me ask you a question about that. So where did this come from?
Okay.
So I know you'll probably answer this several times on other shows.
Actually, only like 3 or 4 times. It's
okay.
Not a super.
So we disagree though. So I'll let you tell.
Who thought it first? Was it you or him?
So that's the part I think we're not quite. I can't remember exactly how it came up, but we were talking about. So like because we still cannot figure out like a long form YouTube video, and
all right.
And so like that's kind of how like I think it initiated, was we were talking about like, well, what can we do for like a long form video, and then it was like everybody else was doing like these like weekly live streams. I was like, you know what, we could do a live stream, that'd be easy. And I'm like, way easier than like a video, because we can just talk about whatever we want to talk about for hours, right? And if people watch, they watch. If not, they don't. And so I can't remember how the name came up. I think you came up with the name because she's all about the alliteration. So
the alliteration. It's got to be like TTT.
So she's like, well, it needs to be like topless, like something like Topless Toy Talk on Tuesday. And I was like, or Thursday. And she's like, no, Tuesday. And so I was like, okay, Tuesday, and so.
But it's definitely not going to be Friday, Wednesday, or Monday. Like, it's going to be on Tuesday.
But I was like, there has to be a gimmick that brings people in, because like everybody has like their stream that they talk about toys and what they got that week and the upcoming news, and I'm like, I don't care about any of that. And so
I mean, you care.
I mean, I care, but like everybody does it. So I'm like,
people have already been doing it for a really long time and doing a great job. Like, we're not going to jump into that space.
There's nothing I can offer that is better.
That's what's already happening.
Right. So I'm like, but what I can do is create a ridiculous distraction.
Right. I mean, everybody and their mom is doing reviews now. I mean, you had to have a stick. That's why, I mean, I've been around. This is my 10th year I've been doing this. And the floor time thing, so I was on a podcast called Shattercast Uncut a while back with some friends and everything. And I always remember, going back in time, when you were playing on the floor with your Transformers and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe I should throw that into my reviews, because it just kind of, gets people to reminisce about, when the good times, the good old days. And so that's where I got that. Because like I said, you do have to have a stick because, like I said, everybody's doing reviews now and you have to stand out somehow. So this definitely stands out.
So
where I contradict is I think I came up with the idea because I tend to throw things out there like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if, thinking nothing is going to happen with it. And because like we have real jobs and like I'm not going to, like do these sorts of things. And then you were like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, oh, nobody is going to agree like that I should do this. So we started asking friends, family. I expect everyone to be on my side saying, no, Sarah, you can't participate in something.
She has some coworkers.
Like you cannot participate in something called Topless Toy Talk. No, everybody's like, no, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard of. Like you need to do this. And I was like, so nobody sided with me. And this is how we ended up with here.
So I will say that I know you probably originated the idea. I do agree with that because that's usually how it works is you're like, wouldn't it be funny if? And I'm like, yep, it sure would. And then I just go off and do it. And she's like, I didn't expect that. And I'm like, I don't understand how at this point in our life you don't expect me to just run wild with whatever you say. Like
all she had to say is, don't you think if? And you'd be like, yes. I don't even have to hear it.
If she can say, like, wouldn't it be funny? And I'm like, that would be funny. then it's on. Like we're going.
So I lost the survey. I expected someone to say, "Hey, Sarah, you can't do that," and then nobody did.
So it took me a year of badgering and asking everybody we know, to convince her to do this. And so we piloted it. We did a pilot on TikTok.
Because we were like, oh, TikTok bans everybody. TikTok will. My thought was TikTok will definitely ban this.
Yeah.
And then they didn't.
They didn't.
And so I'm like, we're really.
So we did a pilot on TikTok. So then we did the next one on YouTube. We did
not YouTube. Sorry,
on
Instagram.
On Instagram.
So I was like, Instagram's definitely going to ban this.
So I was like, let's try it. Let's see how that goes. Nope. So I was like, all right, it's on. We're going to YouTube. and and here we are. Like.
I am topless, thank you, Deemer. That's my. I started a kind of a podcast because, like I said, I used to do a podcast, quit for a long time. Now I'm back in it with my boy Deemer. I am topless, thank you very much. I blend in with everything because I'm so white. I blend in with the blue lights and everything. So there you go.
What happens? It happens.
Yeah.
Are you okay? So I have actually been contemplating BotCon. Probably not going to TFCon Toronto because Toronto because my
Tyrannosaurus Rex Toronto.
Because number one, I need to get my passport updated, and you don't even have. I
don't even have a passport,
so that's not.
I don't have one either. I would love to go, but I don't have a passport either.
Why do I want to? I have a hard time.
I'm sorry.
Leaving my house.
But BotCon's in Chicago, so that is attractive. Yeah. But I think actually we have a wedding that weekend, if I remember.
Oh, was that the same?
I think that's Shane's
we're going.
Wedding.
We're going BotCon.
I'm trying. I'm definitely going to TFCon Orlando. Definitely going to be at that one. I am trying my best to. I want to say hi to everybody that said hi to me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go to BotCon too as well. I want to go TFCon LA. Didn't make it. Like I said, I've been to every, like I said, on East Coast and Midwest, I've been to every TFCon that's happened since 2014 when they started it. Cool. And here, I've been to TFCon LA once, and I would love to go TFCon Toronto once. But like I said, I'm probably going to go to BotCon. I'm trying my best to go to BotCon, so we'll see. It does match. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all gray. All it is.
Okay, so hold on, Dorgamus Prime. So we did have another idea. I haven't quite figured it out.
Done one episode. It's called
as a joke.
You get banned. You're gonna get banned.
Bottomless bottles and bots, and we had very strategically placed.
It's the opposite. Where we have first on no ban. And we did Titan class figures. It was a joke.
Strategically. We did one episode. If I have to travel for work, we might have to do another episode of that. That is our backup episode of when we can't do this.
It was like, what? It's like, what is it, right? Like I got all these ideas, but I'm like, what is it? Like, so.
Yeah. Oh, first of all, Badger, thank you so much for doing that, man. You did not have to do that. That's it, man. That's one of my older friends of mine. He's been with my channel for a long time. Thank you so much, man. You did not have to do that at all, man. Thank you.
We are not monetized, so I'm proud of you.
Yes. Good work.
It takes. It took a while, man. It took me a while to get me monetized. And now it's a lot easier to do it now, I think, than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
So
they've really lowered the requirements. I mean, our thing is just watch hours, but we've only been doing this for. What was our 30 second?
Yeah, we missed our normal thing
episode, which means it is our
like
32 weeks. So this is our
30 y'all will definitely get that. If y'all ever need help from me, I don't know what I could do. I will definitely do it. Promote y'all as much as y'all want. But if y'all have only been doing for half a year, y'all will be fine. Yeah, you'll get it.
Reciprocal, whatever we can do for you. Like you're here, so like you're entertaining the nonsense, whatever we can do.
Yeah. Awesome. No, y'all will get it easily. No problem.
Jay, what's up, nerds?
Yeah, I like
Welcome, JMJ.
So normally,
fun fact, JMJ was almost a pro skateboarder.
He was. Really? JMJ is probably the coolest person I know, for real. Like, I actually don't know. Well, no, I mean, Deluxe Ultimate is also super cool. Like, but were you a pro skateboarder, an almost pro skateboarder? No. So I'm just.
I can't compete with that. There's nothing I can say.
I'm just saying, on our live stream when we have a guest, you should be like, JJ is like the second coolest person I know. The first coolest is definitely Deluxe.
Now that I'm on here, if I would have been on here, I would never have been mentioned at all. So it's fine. It's all right.
I did want to go back and touch on like the floor time thing you do real quick because I think that is genius. Like when I first saw that, however many. Whenever, right? I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. Because
wait, let's roll it back here. For anybody that's not familiar with floor time, like talk about that a little bit. Like, how did that originate? What is that?
Well, see, like I said, when I was starting off, that was about 2016, like I said, 10 years ago. So I was on that podcast and everything. And they were a couple of people on the panel on the show were also reviewers. I don't know if you know Bobby Skullface. He was on there for a while, and we had T2R6, my good friend Justin. So they were doing a review. So I was like, I could do that. I want to do that. I love Transformers, and everything. So I started doing reviews. I got a camcorder, new camcorder. I bought it. I went to Best Buy and spent all my credit card money on that and all that stuff and everything. And if you go, oh my gosh, you go back and watch some of my older stuff, like the beginning. Straight trash. Oh my God. It's terrible. Lighting is terrible. You got my little tubby ass on the floor trying to do stuff and everything. It was wild. My wife was filming some of the earlier stuff. It was wild. You could hear her talking. Anyway.
Honestly, I think that stuff is way better. Like sometimes, like
pure gold.
Yeah,
it's like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like home videos, right? Where it has like that personal touch feeling.
That's the way the graininess was. You could tell it was just like a home video. It was a home video and everything. Fantastic. But like I said, y'all stick, the same thing. So I was like, I had to do something different from what everybody was doing because it wasn't as many as reviewers back then as there are now. But there's still, a lot of big, MGO and, some of the bigger PIA and some of the bigger, ones that are still around. So I just, I thought, I love playing, I used to love playing on the floor Transformers. And I was like, maybe I'll just use that at the end of my, to talk about the Transformer and everything. And I used to do little skits and everything, but I ran out of ideas. So most of the time now I don't even do those skits. I just talk about the Transformer and how I think about it. And I got other Transformers on the floor and everything. But I need to go back and try to do some skits. I used to do little skits and everything. I thought they were pretty fun. So that's where it came from, really, to be honest, which is just something, to stand out from everybody else. Basically.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great because it does it. Like it brings back that nostalgia, like the childhood piece that like you don't always get, like if you're sitting at a desk, right? Like with something that you don't always get. And every once in a while, like I'll get on the floor for something. I'll be like, oh, this is way more fun. And like, I don't know, there's actually like I had this thought earlier today. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we should try to do this on the floor, like in honor of.
I just
like
don't know how we would.
And I thought I put a lot of thought in this. I'm like, how do we do this on the floor? And I couldn't come up with a good way to do it. And so here we are at the.
Now I'm just like I'm at this point where I'm just so old now. It just hurts to get down there and get back up. I'm just like, man, I really don't want to do floor time, to be honest, man. Sometimes I just want to where I do my reviews, just right over here in my little photo tent. I just want to just do the ending right there too as well. So I do not show the skin really. I do have that site, so
All I'm saying is like there is enough people right here. I'm just like, now I'm questioning it myself. I'm like, do we need to like?
I show my belly button off on my other side, so if you want to see that,
like, can I can it like be about the ears? Can it be like just like do ear pics or something? I don't know.
Exactly.
Oh God. So we normally try and do this thing called lightning round, which may or may not work.
Okay.
But these are ones where you don't put too much thought into it. Just like whatever first like pops into your head here.
By the way, I don't pre-read whatever she comes up with, so it's probably bad.
It's probably bad. But we're gonna power through it. So lightning round is it's just like 5 either or questions. Which first is Funko Pops or Blokees?
Blokees.
Okay.
Definitely Blokees.
Autobots or Decepticons?
Decepticons.
That's right.
Starscream's my favorite.
There's actually way more Decepticons out there than I thought there were.
They just look cooler. I mean, they fly too, so
That's true.
That's true. Blind boxes or plushies?
Blind boxes.
Swappable hands or fixed hands?
Swappable.
Endless collection or you reach some level of completion?
Level of completion.
I like that.
Do you have a level of completion in mind?
I wish I did. But it's come to the point where they are just rehashing everything. Like, can we fix something? Like, how many Optimus Primes do we need? Oh my God. I think that, with the Studio Series Prime we got, that's probably, I don't know what else you could do to make it better. Like, they're just rehashing stuff. We're just going back and, we fixed this, we fixed that.
Counting.
I understand. No, I understand. But it's just like they keep going back and just rehashing the same characters over and over. And they're just like fixing, like the battle damage, Optimus Prime and Megatron. I mean, there's not enough battle damage. Yeah. I just don't think there's enough battle damage to warrant another $60. And I just, I would love to have it. I would love to have it in game for my legend scale if I got that. And like I said, Masterpiece. And I was talking with Deemer on our show just Sunday, and there's not a whole lot left as far as Masterpiece we need. Because I mean, you would have to take from different companies, but I mean, I think we need the deluxe Insecticons. We need maybe the Duocons and a couple combiners. Maybe Piranacon and Abominus to fit the scale that we have now. But they do have Abominus, but they're, kind of Chuck scale now. So MP, I mean, you could practically finish a season 1 through 3, probably, if you wanted to all together. You have to mix them together. But, I would like to finish, to be honest. Completion is important. I think it is. I mean, I'm running out. I don't have enough room probably for my collection, to be honest. So
I've never
my
met
wife
someone
said, we're not moving.
Yeah.
My wife said, we're not moving again. We're not moving, so you need to make it work. So, and I collect other stuff too. 5-2 toys. I don't know if y'all heard of 5-2 toys. They're the little cube boxes that transforms into
I got my first one the other day.
Which one did you get?
The Dove, the love gun.
Oh, you mean Peacemaker?
Yeah, Peacemaker. Yeah, there we go.
That is
he's good.
Yeah,
awesome. I love him. Good job.
I showed I've looked at him actually for a while, and so the thing is, like, my scope is ever increasing, and I'm always trying. I'm also always trying to somebody also is in that sentence, shrink my scope, and at the same time. Yeah. And so I showed it to her. I was like, hey, I'm only gonna get this if you think I need it. And she's like, buy that right now.
It was pretty cool because birds aren't real, and birds is Transformers. Yeah. I'm in.
And birds that transform into blasters and cubes.
Yeah, and Megatron, Megatron can't turn into a gun, but this bird can. But I have tons of 5.2 toys, and I also collect the NECA horror stuff, like Friday the 13th, Halloween, all that stuff. So that's the main collection. And my wife always tells me you can only collect stuff that transforms. So 5.2 toys does transform, technically, because I was into, I was into G.I. Joe for a long time. And it just didn't bring. I used to love it as a kid, like everybody. And I loved He-Man. I tried a couple of He-Mans and everything, but it just didn't bring me joy like I do with Transformers. Yeah. So I sold all my stuff off and everything. So it's all Transformers, 5.2 toys and some NECA horror stuff, just because from the 80s, and everything.
So are you like a big horror fan? Do you watch a lot of horror movies? Do you do so this one here forced me to do 31 days of horror.
I have roughly at minimum 50 Optimus Primes.
Yeah,
within eyesight that I can count.
I mean, and that doesn't include the.
Yeah, that's actually true. I got more upstairs.
I'm not a horror fan. I don't like that stuff. But this one here, occasionally, about every other Halloween, every other month of October, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna watch 31 Days of Horror," and I cannot wait for November 1st.
I pack in as many horror movies as I possibly can in such a short amount of time. Because I'm like, it's October. I only got this. We're watching them all.
I like the older stuff. The newer stuff I'm not into, like the scare stuff, like The Nun and all that stuff. Not really into that stuff. My wife doesn't like horror stuff, so I don't watch it. But I do love the 80s horror, 80s, 90s, all 80s, early 90s, Puppet Master, got, Halloween. Jason is Friday the 13th is my favorite series. Freddy, I remember watching the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I was a kid. My mom told me I couldn't watch it, but I begged her and begged her and saying, all right, you can watch it, but you're not going to come bother me during the middle of the night. I was like, okay. I had nightmares. It's corny as hell now watching it. I was like, how could anybody have nightmares? But I had nightmares for 2 weeks straight because I watched that Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
It's funny how scary horror movies were back in the 80s, 90s. Yes. Now looking at them, it's just man.
But my parents owned a video rental store when I was a kid.
That's awesome.
But so here's the thing:
as I never watched
in the movies, but they had this aisle of scary movies, and so as a child, I would walk by this. When I was walking by that aisle, I was like, I can't watch.
Or you walk by that room that had the beads and stuff, had the good stuff in the back. You couldn't go back there and watch the dirty stuff and everything.
I mean, there were definitely videos that were only available for rent behind the counter. But I was too young. I was not of age, but I have had my parents admit that to me now.
Yeah. But I love that time of period. With Hellraiser, all that stuff. I love all that from the 80s, the 90s, maybe 2000s too as well. Scream was good. I still like Scream. That's a good series. I need to watch the new one. But yeah, I've always been. I like that kind of horror. I don't like the scare stuff out there right now that they usually do. So, but yeah, so any horror movie that has a real movie monster, I'm all about. I like the practical effects because everything went CGI and digital, and so any movie that's that is actually a real monster that they've created. I don't care how bad it is. Actually, the worse it is, the better it is to me. I like the bad, campy horror movies. Those are my favorite. One that Sleepaway Camp. Sleepaway Camp is a good one.
Yeah.
Sleepaway Camp? Have we watched that?
I have. You haven't.
I have not.
One that we saw. Well, it's a newer one that we saw recently was Death of a Unicorn.
Oh, I
don't think that one got as much love as it should have. So it had Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega in it. But so not all of it. So there's a unicorn, spoiler, and it dies, spoiler. But they actually had part of it was a real movie monster unicorn, and so there was some CGI, but
and we took the day off and we went during the day to the movie theater. So it was we had our own private our own private screening of it, right? Because if you go to the theater at 11 a.m. in the morning, on a Tuesday, it is your the theater is yours.
Yeah,
people have jobs.
And it was kind of fun.
So the movie is the title, right? But it's also a little campy. It's not very scary. So, like, picture Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, and a dead unicorn, and what pursues. Like, I don't know. It was silly, but like,
I like that. I like that.
I was trying to think.
So from a NECA horror, like, what do you collect for that?
Everything, just the if I see anything, like I said, I just got two Michael Myers up there. I don't know if you can see them; they're up there at the top. I got 2 new Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, I think they're doing 2 more Jasons. They've had a license issue, but they finally they named it the Gamer Edition so they could put it out.
Okay.
And so we got 2 new Jasons coming out, which I'm really cool, excited for. Hellraiser, the Child's Play with Chucky. I got a lot of those. Just anything from the 80s horror thing and that stuff. That's about it as far as that. Now, NECA really does some really good stuff and everything. And they do other characters, they do other lines and stuff and everything, but I'm mainly focused on what their horror stuff is and everything.
Yeah. So speaking of Hellraiser, have you seen? Do you play video games at all?
I used to. I haven't played in a long time.
Have you seen any of like the trailers for the new Hellraiser game that they're making?
No. Are they making?
Yeah, they're making a Hellraiser game, and I actually think it looks pretty good.
Okay.
I never thought that somebody would like try to make a Hellraiser game. I'll be curious to see how it comes out in the end, but it looks surprisingly good.
Wow.
And, so I don't know what.
They had a Friday the 13th game just a couple years ago. I think they stopped actually streaming it or something like that. They stopped supporting it, but it was really good too as well. I watched a lot of people play that and everything. I used to play all the time. Call of Duty, Halo was 2 of my favorites, but I just haven't played in a long time. I put it on my Xbox. It hadn't seen the light of day in a couple of years.
Yeah, so I recently got sucked into a game, but like usually video games are like kind of the thing that take the least priority,
but this one is taking all the priority.
This one has somehow sucked me in hard. Like, so I'm gonna preface this by saying if anybody has an addictive personality, which
don't listen to this part.
Like, do not play this game, okay? So the game is called Satisfactory, and it's basically like it is a factory building game. So you are a pioneer, like you're thrown onto a planet, like and told to exploit its resources to save humanity. There's a little bit of a story that goes along with it. So basically, like you are mining materials, building components, creating other machines, shipping them off in the space elevator to space.
And
it just continuously gets more and more complex. And I'm just like, I don't know. It scratches my my resource gathering, crafting, and like OCD itches like all in one thing where it's like you make a factory and you can perfect. I don't know. There's a lot of math and problem solving with it, and which is weird. And so
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm very distracted by the chat right now because you have to go way back down. You're scrolling way too far.
Sorry, I went too far.
You need to go all the way back down. There was a comment about can't go all the way down.
I am all the way down. Do you mean up?
Are you?
Yes.
Let's see. There was a comment about the camera movement, but I feel like I can't find it anymore.
Oh, that piece for my heart. Every 100 subscribers in deluxe.
Yes, it was for every 100.
Yeah. That's another one. That's one of my good subscribers. He's awesome.
Oh, here we go.
There, that's what I was trying.
But talk about your video games. I'm not gonna lie. I did used to love some Sims. I used to play the hell out of Sims. Not gonna lie. I used to play. I would start playing, and then it from sun up to sundown. I wake up or I look around and be like, man, it's already morning. My God, I gotta go to work.
Normally, I have pretty good self-control when it comes to video games, and where I can play maybe an hour or 2 here or there. But like this one, I can't think. I don't know how it's been. 2, 3 weeks maybe. I've been playing it.
Longer.
Okay, maybe about a month.
Way longer.
She knows
I looked at my playtime.
He lost track of time.
and I have probably put like 300 hours into this by now.
Sunk so much
This
time
is like
this
this is all like I wake up thinking about factories. I go to sleep thinking about factories. I'm watching YouTube videos on other people making factories. I just can't get over it, and I do not understand what the problem is. It is so dumb.
It's because
oh my God.
we are just a simulation, and they are training you. They are training you to take things over.
Yeah. Actually, I had this funny idea. I was like, what if like this is just like not a scam, but like you know, like this undercover operative where it's like teaching people how to work a production line to like create like production workers, because, you know, like we're gonna get all conspiracy theory, you know, like all these jobs were shipped off and now they're trying to bring all these jobs back. And so like now
I mean, it's kind of like that book Ender's Game. I forget when that came out. I talked about Ender's Game all the time.
I know you like
Ender's Game. What, it probably came out in like the 80s, where like, but the whole concept of like, you think you're playing a video game, but you're actually not. Like, and so, you know, and so maybe that's what you're doing is we all think that you're just building factories, but like these fake factories. But what if you really are?
Yeah. What if
this is really like a deep cut? Like, what if this is really Ender's Game?
If my factories are really factories on other planets, like, I feel sorry for whoever is over there.
That is wild. Be making factories for other planets. Man, I just now noticed you have googly eyes on Unicron. Now I'm gonna have to put googly eyes on my Blokees.
I started this like a few weeks back, where I started with this one. I put them on the Triptychon.
He couldn't come up with like photo ideas, and so he just like, hey, I'm gonna put googly eyes.
I was like, man,
you can put googly eyes on anything, and it just makes it funny. And that, like I said, it looks like a chicken now. It just like a little chicken. So.
This is by far my favorite one. I put googly eyes on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. But then Springer, I have the from this set, right? Springer also looks pretty good with googly eyes.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Okay. Springer Triptychon looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, Triptychon looks real good with googly eyes.
Yeah. I bet. Did you put googly on the Unicron, just the head? Do you have the head one?
I don't have that one. I actually have been thinking about picking up. So we started this thing. So speaking of floor time, so we started this thing where we call it.
We need to do a video of this.
Yeah,
like this is a video that has yet to be produced.
It needs a theme song. Is the reason why.
Somebody in here was talking about music. Help us.
Yeah. But we did this thing that's called Blokees in Bed, and so like
we're watching something on YouTube and we're putting together
like,
Blokees.
So we'll say
real adults do.
Yeah, like. You know, like 8 o'clock at night, we're like, man, we've had a rough day. What are we gonna do? Oh, let's go watch some Netflix in bed and put together Blokees.
Netflix and chill, whatever.
Netflix and Blokees.
Hey, Blokees, I love Blokees. I've gotten every set of theirs. I think I wish I could get some of their exclusives. Like they have a clear purple Shockwave, pink Optimus Prime, but they go for a pretty. Go for a pretty penny. I have to find them on eBay, but they're hard to find on eBay too as well. So they're they're exclusive from overseas, so that's why they're harder to get.
Oh yeah. I was real skeptical with the Blokees at first, and I wish I would have like went all in on them initially. The thing is, I don't know how or where I display them. So actually, all the ones I have are just in a big baggie. Like I'll pull them out and do stuff with them, but like otherwise, I just like put them in this giant baggie because I'm like, whatever. But she got me. Well, it's funny. So she got me an advent calendar for Christmas.
Oh, did you get the advent calendar? Well, so this was the problem with the advent calendar. Is like I got him the advent calendar because he'll send me stuff. He's like, hey, I really, hey, here's a gift idea. Then he bought himself his own advent calendar, so he ended up with 2 of these Blokees advent calendars.
Because it came from like the overseas store. I was like, there's no way she will find this. So I'll just get it and give it to her, and she can give it to me.
But I'm also like a big fan of advent calendars. Like, so we ended up with 4 advent calendars for 2 adults in this household. It was so stupid. We were spending so much time on advent calendars.
But anyway, so like we started with these advent calendars, and I was like, you know what, these are pretty fun. And then she had this other dumb idea, which was a video we did, which was a Blokees brocade.
Yeah, that didn't do very well, but it was
this was the best thing I have ever made in my entire life, and it got no views. I was like, this is horseshit.
Oh, it happens. It happens a lot, man. I think, man, I'm always thinking that, I'm chasing that high that one of my videos is going to hit big. And I think it's a great idea to do this. And then when, nobody watches, you're just like, damn, Wow.
You know, our biggest video is me doing this.
It's her flipping.
It's me flipping people off. That is our #1 video.
It's got it's 6 seconds and it's got almost 1 million views.
So stupid.
Nice.
So stupid.
It's like at 900.
Like of all the things that we could get, like we could do videos.
I was like, this is dumb. Like it's not even an original idea. We stole it from like somebody else, and I was like, we're just gonna make this about Transformers. And
that was just recently too, right? That was just you'll put that out recently. Right?
Yeah, a few months
ago, but yeah.
Well, last year, sometime December, November, something like that.
But
was it a short?
Yeah,
it was a short. Okay.
We still don't do long form videos because I don't know what we would do.
Because we have shorts and we have this. There's nothing in between.
We all do reels too. Is right on.
Yeah, well, shorts, reels, whatever. Yeah, like it's the same thing posted to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. It's
he has a dream that we would do this video series. How this really started off, when he's like, "Hey, you know, it'd be really funny is if you did this thing called Drunk Wife Reviews, where you do toy.
I still think this is a good idea.
Where you would do toy reviews.
She just doesn't like it.
I don't like it because I don't know anything about these toys. I don't know anything about these characters, and like I can't talk drunk about stuff I don't know anything about. If I want to talk drunk about like things that I know stuff about, fine. I will talk for hours about that. But I have no like background on it, so it's very difficult.
I thought that would be the funny part is like
not funny.
Somebody that knows nothing about toys, nothing about Transformers, is just like
drunk. Because it's like a riff off of like Drunk History, but like only drunk like toy reviews.
I mean, everything's a rip off of something now. I mean, you really, I mean, anything originally is something of a branch off of something else, you know, like video ideas, you know, there's nothing really anybody's doing new that anybody hasn't done in the past. So I think that'd be awesome. Actually, just think about it, you know, to do drunk reviews on stuff you don't know about. I think that would be actually funny. I mean, you'd be like looking at this toy and be like, well, he has purple and he has red, and yeah, that's about it. And I think that would be actually
we did like we did a couple of them.
I mean, we talked about docking of what was the
the Origins Wheeljack.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, docking.
Oh, with Bumblebee? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I was like, you're talking about the wrong docking.
I know.
You're getting real inappropriate.
Yeah. So it was rough. It was.
But I still think it's a good idea.
We might revisit it.
If anybody else has a wife that is not into reviewing things, like I'm giving you an idea.
I don't think my liver can handle like weekly that drunkenness.
Yeah, that is true. That is true as well. You could hurt yourself too as well.
Take every Tuesday off, and then like we'll combine things.
It's not worth the views. I see a lot of people doing stupid stuff for views. It's not worth it. I mean, I'm not talking about Transformers. I'm talking about other stuff that people watch. You know, do stuff to hurt yourself to get views. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh yeah, no. Like
that's just me. You know.
I mean, I mean, in the end, we started this just for the fun of it, right? Like we're just like, let's do something silly that gives more of a purpose to the collection. Yeah. She likes to talk to people.
I do.
I don't like to talk to people, but I'll talk about myself.
I like to make lots of friends wherever we go. Like whenever we go and go do something, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to collect all these like random people that I'm going to chat with and have a great time.
Yeah, there you go. It may turn into a plane. It may not. Who knows?
Hard to say.
I think you should push it to make her do it. Just try to do one. Just do one.
Okay,
we've done two. We've done two.
Oh, you've done two. Okay.
But maybe we'll try another one. It's been like a bit.
We actually filmed a couple more, but so the problem is so you can tell she's not into it, and so it's so bad. She's like tell me like this. She like has a good time with. She's like, oh, I can talk to people and be silly and fun. This is stupid, right? But I'm like, okay, let's do this thing, and she's like, no, this sucks. It's stupid. I hate it. And so the whole time she's just like.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's yellow. Whatever. Screw it. Like,
yeah, you know? people could tell that if you're not having a good time or doing something, they could tell when you're being fake about it. So I understand that too. Okay.
Maybe they need to be live. Maybe we need to live stream it.
Okay, maybe we could try that. We can see how that goes.
And then we'll just re-release it as a video.
Fine. So along with our lightning round, we also do this thing called Wheel of Questions, and we have this like obscene amount of questions. They're not that long, but like we just let the wheel happen. Like whatever the wheel lands on, that is the question.
Hey, Dustin.
He does. So if we would like to, do you want to show the wheel?
Yeah, sure. I guess we can do that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna see what the wheel lands on.
Did you put any inappropriate ones in here today?
think I put anything inappropriate.
I really like the inappropriate ones you came up with.
Have you ever felt genuine grief or that's misspelling, or loss over losing or selling a figure, and how long did it take to get over?
No. I don't sell a lot of my stuff though, so I've sold a couple things here and there, but no. If you see my collection, if I sell something, it means that I didn't either like it or I had a double or something like that. So I'm not going to miss it more likely. So I don't sell my stuff.
When you sell it, where do you sell it? Do you eBay, or what's your preferred platform?
No, in person. Usually, if I sell it at a show or something, I don't go on eBay. I don't have an eBay. I have an eBay account to buy stuff, but I've never sold anything on eBay. I've seen so many horror stories about that stuff and everything. People getting ripped off, and they don't really care about the seller. They always care about the buyer and stuff and everything. So, but if I sell, it'd be mainly shows. If I go to any shows around here or something like that.
I've been trying to sell stuff. Actually, I've sold a good chunk of things. So I dabbled in the Marvel Legends.
Yeah,
I did too.
That was a bad idea.
And
I had a lot of them.
I'm trying to basically unload all of my Marvel Legends because I've said this many times, but like the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man just broke me. Like, so Spider-Man and Deadpool are kind of like my vices. Yeah, when it's not Transformer stuff. And so I'm like, they put out so many Spider-Man figures, and I'm like, I don't have a place for these. And I still actually have the whole retro carded waves. Almost every retro carded Spider-Man figure just in a box in the back room, because I had a grand idea of how to display them, and
there's no room.
And then it just fizzled out, and I put something else in the place instead. And so
I understand. I did that with Hulk. Hulk is my favorite, Marvel character, and I had a lot of Marvel Legends too as well, and I just no room, and they just didn't do it for me like Transformers. Sold all that stuff. Where are you selling yours at?
I actually started on eBay, which I've had no problems. So
that's good.
I try to ship things out. Actually, the key to success for me anyway was getting a thermal printer. It was only like $40 on Amazon.
Print off the label. Okay.
Yeah, and so I can just print off the label at home and then peel it, stick it, and schedule the pickup the next day, and that works very, very well. But I don't know, I'm pretty clear in my description. I'm like, this is new, this is used, this has been opened, here are the problems. I'm because I'm not gonna play the game of this is a loose figure and you didn't say that. It came in its original box. I'm like, yeah, because I keep all the friggin' boxes for everything I buy, and I've had no issues yet, but I've only sold 40 things. I guess only 40 things, but
so this is a question that I don't think we have here on the wheel, but so this one here has a hard time getting rid of the boxes. We have almost every Transformers box.
No, we do have every.
Almost. I would say he has 98% of all the boxes for everything that's opened. That's in the back room. And do you struggle with that? Is that something you can't get rid of the boxes, or are you just I opened it and I can let this go now?
I want to. I've done some purges. I've gotten rid of stuff. Mainly Hasbro. I keep all of my third-party boxes because they're usually nice and they're nice to display. But man, with the Hasbro stuff, with the artwork, is so really awesome. I'm all the time. I'm always pointing out in my review is that the artwork on the Hasbro stuff is really good. So it's kind of harder now. But I have done some purges where I've thrown stuff away and just take care about it. But I usually keep my, third-party stuff. I keep my 3.0. I keep those boxes that are really nice to display, because most of the time they can open up with Velcro things, and you could display it like that if you want to. But no, if I could throw all my boxes away, I probably wouldn't care or anything. But I've kept them anyways. But
yeah, if tomorrow they were all gone, would I lose sleep over it? Probably not.
But the idea of it being gone, you have a hard time with.
Yeah,
he has boxes in boxes.
I put them, I organize them all in large moving boxes, and I stack them. So they're all self-contained for the most part, except for right now. I'm at critical mass right now. But
have you thought about taking out the inserts and then just flattening them? Like I did that. I tried to do that for a little bit.
That's what I was gonna say. Somebody suggested something a few weeks back. So my problem is also the artwork, right? Because I like the hard thing is it's like, well, they're all in the box in the back room, so I'm not really appreciating the artwork. But like, I feel like somebody puts effort into making the art, and for me to just be like, this is cool and throw it in the trash, I'm just like, I feel bad throwing away somebody's art. But somebody suggested something the other week, which was to like flatten them, but like or make them into. So we have these things like we go to concerts sometimes, and like we'll get posters, and like we put the posters in like this art book.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And so it's like do that, right? So either cut it or flatten it and put affix them to this thing. So you have these like collages of the artwork that you can flip through. I was like, that's actually not a bad idea, you know, like of.
Yeah, I mean, you just take out the insert and you just flatten them, and you know it won't take up as much room as you know being them, you know, normal and everything. I tried that for a little while too as well.
Yeah,
but you eventually gave it up, is what I'm hearing. The flattening.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was that was like a baby step.
Yeah.
First, you kept all the boxes, then you flattened them, and then you were like,
now he just keeps all the boxes again.
Now you just keep all the boxes again. I'm trying to understand this.
Yeah, Hasbro. I wouldn't think twice if I, throw it. Like I said, it's beautiful artwork, but I don't, I don't care. Most of the stuff I would just throw away. If I probably will start. That's a good idea. I may need to go through and start throwing away some boxes stuff.
So I mean, at some point, like I'll get rid of them. Like, I think the thing.
No, you won't.
No, I mean,
you can tell by the tone of your voice, you're like, no, you won't.
So I want to get rid of them, but like the thing that gets me is actually, and here's a question for you for chat. Feel free to chime in. If you're gonna buy a used figure, a loose figure, like something somebody else had, and it comes with the box, would you pay more for it with the box?
It matter if it's G1, yes.
Like, let's say released since 2019.
Probably not. I would be just like, and I don't want to do that to a seller, say, well, if you could take it out of the box, that's kind of a douchebag move to say, can you keep the box, and charge me like $5 or $10 less? No, I would not do that.
Yeah.
That's just kind of mean. Now, if you gave me the option, I would probably just say, okay, I'll just take the figure, if you want to knock off $5. But most of the time they don't do that. So, but if they're, if I saw, okay, let's say that you saw the box one and you saw just an open one next to each other.
Yep.
And the box one was loose though. So it was opened, but placed back in the box.
Yeah. Then I would just choose the one that didn't have the box.
Oh, okay. So, see, I would choose the one that has the box. I'd be like, this person cared so much about this, they kept the box and then put it back in the box, so we'll hopefully be in a better condition.
You put so much
than the one outside of the box that they probably let their grubby child play with and get jelly all over it.
But let me ask you this: so, do you think that if people like yourself collect boxes all the time, do you think that people think that you're going to be a seller later on because that's what you want to do is keep the box? Because most people that keep boxes usually want to sell them at the very end. People that don't usually want to keep that, keep their figure for a long time.
See, I so the thing is, like, I'm always trying to refine my scope, right? Like I keep trying to figure out, like, what is my scope? And because it started off, well, okay, so I actually started collecting Transformers with the War for Cybertron line. In 2019, and it spiraled from there, right? Because started with an Optimus, got a Megatron, they all need friends. 800 Transformers later, here we are.
You have a sound wave, you got to have a Starscream, you have all the Seekers. If you get Starscream, you got to have Cracker and Skywarp. You have to.
So like right now, I'm sitting on at least 3 Ultra Magnuses. I have the 86, I have the Siege, and I have the Kingdom.
Okay. Yeah.
We're talking official Hasbro, not like other stuff. And so, but the Siege and the Kingdom ones are just in a drawer over here because I'm like, I like the 86 better.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, do I get rid of these? to put them in a tote? Do I like? So I kind of like I have this drawer of misfits that I call them, and they're like my travel figures. So like if we're ever going somewhere, I'll be like, bring these and do stuff with them because if by chance I throw it out the window on accident, it's okay. I got 2 more at home, like. And so but that's where I think like, well, maybe like this drawer of misfits, like maybe those are the ones we can refine and purge, right? Like got the boxes, put them on eBay. But they still just sit in the drawer because like I can't remember what.
I don't know, you're keeping the boxes for reselling. You just have a hard time letting go.
I like the artwork and I feel bad. Like I think the thing is like if I was the person that made the artwork for the box and I was like, yeah, all of these are going to end up in the trash, I would feel so bad. Like I would feel so defeated. I'd be like, I'm never making box art again.
They got paid. They'll be fine.
I know.
But I understand. I see it on your. I see it from your point of view. But why I ask that question is because I've heard people talk, about that. That well, you're just keeping the box so you can sell it later. Like no, I just like the box because it looks nice. But whatever. I mean, what's it matter to you? But I've heard that. I've heard people talk about that and everything.
Yeah. So like crud modification, like I agree with this. So like for example, refractor, whatever you want to go with here, like the siege one. So like I found one in store at Walmart, right? And then but I'm like, I need 2 more to have all 3 of them. And so like I actually like I paid more, so they were I bought 2 more on eBay. One was they were both loose, one in a box, one out of box. And I paid more for the one in the box because I'm like, it has the box.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm like,
sometimes they look so good in a box. Like I've said that in my reviews. I say sometimes like I don't even want to open this. It looks so good displayed in the box.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't really want to open it up and everything. So the box can make a difference. I mean, I understand that. Yeah. Well, you have to have. I mean, if you have one sound wave, you have to have another sound wave because they don't look the same. Almost, they look a little different.
But, I've been trying to find this Earthspark sound wave like at a reasonable price.
Why is somebody? I mean, I haven't seen either. It's a hard to find figure, right? I mean, I guess there wasn't made a lot of them or something.
Yeah, they were not very well distributed or produced. I don't think. But he looks like what the B12 or B whatever stealth jet thing.
Yeah,
I have a small Soundwave collection, which is probably about as big as my Optimus Prime collection.
So that's more than 50 then. Yes. That's not a small Soundwave collection.
Small.
Yeah, it's.
Do you get into the Lego? Have you bought any of the Lego Transformers?
I have not. I've seen them. I see the Prime. I've seen him several times in Barnes and Noble. Target had him. I've seen the Bumblebee. They're supposed to, is Soundwave next or something? Or
Soundwave is out. Yeah, Soundwave's out.
Soundwave is very cool.
Okay. No, I have not done the Lego. I did the remember the Creos? You remember Creos?
Yeah.
I had tons of Creos. They were blind bags. You were talking about blind bags earlier. Like the Creos, but never. I haven't done the Lego stuff yet. No, I do Blokees and everything else. I skate around the Lego thing.
So if you happen to want to do one of them, and you're like, which one is the best? It's definitely Soundwave.
There's nothing. It goes in order of Soundwave, Optimus, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soundwave comes with a voice box, so he makes the sound. Like comes with a couple of the cassette bots or tape bots. And, he's got transformation's pretty good. He looks good in both modes. Optimus is equal minus the sound box.
I don't know. The Bumblebee is just a little wonky.
He just doesn't.
He looks kind of weird.
He looks okay in alt mode, but in bot mode, it's mediocre and he doesn't have a lot of articulation. Real quick, so the Earthspark Soundwave, was this a Walgreens exclusive? I thought it was a Target exclusive. Is it Walgreens? Am I looking at the wrong place? Have I been scouring the wrong stores?
I didn't know Walgreens. Walgreens usually has exclusive, but they're usually do with the Red Alert, or kind of the stuff like that. So I didn't know they had exclusive for Earthspark.
Interesting. Oh no! That's where it would be now. Okay. All right.
Well, maybe when we go to Walgreens, we should take a look.
I'll check it out.
Walgreens, I guess.
I know what I'm doing after this.
You're going to bed. That's what you're doing. You're going to bed. Like
yes, after we
work tomorrow.
We have like 4 Walgreens within like a 20-mile radius. We can hit up real quick.
I went last night. I was kind of I didn't get anything last week, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Walmart and try to find something. I was looking for wheelie, but I did find Outback and I found Orion packs. So I got those 2. But I got 2 new things in today, so I'm excited. So.
Well, if you need a wheelie, I have an extra. I would happily send it to you because I accidentally ordered 3.
You need to order 3.
Well, so I haven't had a good track record with Walmart, and they often will cancel things.
Yes, they do.
And so I ordered on Walmart with the intention of canceling it because I also ordered on Hasbro Pulse.
Yep.
And then they both shipped at the exact same time. There was like, hey, we're getting ready to ship this, and then it shipped. Yeah. So like it legitimately happened at the exact same time, so I didn't have time to.
I got one better. I had one on pre-order and it just shipped. Or I just shipped, but I sent it to my old address in Conway, Arkansas. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get that one. So I'll have to see if I can get my money back. So I went to the store hoping they had Outback. They had 4 Outbacks. And I was like, oh, maybe they have a wheelie, and they didn't. But hopefully they will soon. And I'm excited. For some reason, I'm a sucker for Wheelie. I know a lot of people hate that character. I like Wheelie. I wish they would do a Titan class Wheelie, a Combiner Wheelie. I want everything. I want a G2 Wheelie. I want a Shatter class Wheelie, which the X-Train Spots did that Shatter class one did.
Okay.
I want all the wheelies from this wheelie looks. I've heard some really good things. I watched one review. It looks great. I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people like it.
I mean, if you want it, I'll mail it out tomorrow. Like afterwards, like let's talk. I mean, I would happily because
yes.
The other one I'm going to give.
Well, give me your PayPal. Give me your PayPal. Just send me your PayPal and I'll pay.
No. But we do anybody
because I was going to do. We were going to do a giveaway. I was going to give them both away, but like.
No, to do that.
We end up with anybody's address. I'm just going to throw this out here because it's been a little bit since we plugged this. If you ever send us an address, it doesn't even have to be yours, just an address. We will send it a Christmas card indefinitely to that address. So we have, we got our Christmas cards printed up at Walmart, and it was super funny because like the guy was like, gosh, these people, they're like requesting like 100 Christmas cards. Like who in the world has 100 people to mail a Christmas card to? And I'm like, I mean, I think we sent out 100 Christmas cards.
We sent out,
and only like 20 were to family.
Yeah, because she started announcing all over the internet. Was like, hey, if you want a Christmas card from us, give us your address and we'll send you one. And so guess what?
Give us a mailing address. I think we ended up.
We had to go back and print out more Christmas cards 3 times.
Yeah,
because she kept getting more addresses.
Yeah, but only I think there were only 3 that were outside the United States, 3 or 4. But the rest were all
US.
and
they made it.
Yeah, they made it.
That's true, Alpha. You did those. I like the retro cards. They're pretty cool. I mean, I just put it in my drawer over there for Outback. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh nice.
So what would a Titan class like wheelie be? Would it just be like a regular wheelie but Titan size?
I don't care. As long as it's wheelie. No, it
doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Well, if we're going that route, like let's just go life size, like.
Yeah. Oh, the divorce class Metroplex. I would love the divorce class wheelie.
I could not get over the concept of divorce class. Like it is just like very funny to me. Like I'm not over it.
Do you have the divorce class Metroplex? Do y'all have that?
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I don't know if this is.
I don't know if this is a real address.
If this is your real address, like I'm gonna take it down.
But
send me a message on the side and we'll add you to the Christmas card list.
Yeah, that's like putting your your social and your PIN numbers out in there and everything.
Yeah.
8, 6,
but
7,
just in case it is real, we're gonna show it again for everybody else and teach you a lesson. No.
Yeah, he sold me the 5-2 Toys Hulk at BotCon years ago. So
I also got in. Yeah, speaking of the 5-2 Toys, their Alien Xenomorph figure the other day.
Oh yes.
And
yeah. Oh, he's upstairs. I have those. Yeah, the Predator. If you have a chance to get the Predator one, that's a really good one too to go along with Alien. They do some crossover stuff that are really good. They did some Marvel stuff. What else have they done? Predator, Alien. There's some other ones they did too as well. So they got a lot of stuff. I mean, they really got some good stuff. That maybe will give exactly. Man, I love
I don't know if that's a real address or not, but I really want to just mail a Christmas card to it just to see what happens. Like we could do a Christmas card just right now. We got a few extras.
We have a couple.
Just be like, sorry, we're late. Like we just got your address.
Yeah, sorry, we're late. It's been this one got held up.
Can we start? Hold on, real quick. Can we start an online petition for a life size like wheelie? Because I would get on board and I would help figure out how we make this a reality. Can we can we enlist Rick? And be like, Rick, like, how do we get somebody at Hasbro to make how is that the next HasLab?
A wheelie combiner. I need what else do I need? A wheelie triple changer, anything like that. Oh, there's a new Predator coming out okay. I have to look that up, man. Ooh, that'll be good.
Yep. Yeah,
they got a Blokees tomorrow. There's a event for Blokees tomorrow. They're going to reveal a bunch of new stuff from Blokees too. Ooh. So be on the lookout for that.
I'm having a hard time with the Blokees because they're pumping them out so hard right now.
The Jurassic Park ones were real good.
Yeah, we did
some Blokees.
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah, they like doing a lot of other lines and stuff. I've seen some really good ones. Marvel, they're doing Marvel ones too, and man, they're taking over.
I'm a sucker for Deadpool. I got the Deadpool and Wolverine, so I put those together the other day, and like they're actually not bad. I mean, like for a model kit or like an action figure, you know, they're not as like tight. Like when I say tight, I mean like compact. Sorry, like you can tell like it's like it has more gaps than like a Marvel Legend or whatever, right? But like for what it is, like it's actually they're pretty good. Like, you know, I can't knock them. Like they're really killing it with what they're doing, and so I don't know where they came from, how they started, but like they're taking over.
Yeah, they came out of so they were like when Yellow Park came out, Blokees came out around that time, I think. Yeah. I mean, of course, Transformers, they may have had other lines before that, but Transformers, they just came out of nowhere. Like they started doing this, you know, showing this stuff. And plus, they are sold at Walmart. I saw two new ones. I saw Shockwave and Soundwave from Transformers 1 last night. So, you know, Walmart's, you know, distributing them. So, you know, they're out there a lot, man. Pretty good.
That's cool. Do you do the what do they call them? The Action Edition, the larger model kits? Have you put those together?
I just did a review for Tarn. Okay. I have Megatron, the original Megatron. I have the clear purple one. Okay. If you follow my channel, you know how much I love clear Transformers. It's for some reason, one of my little niche I have. I love clear Transformers, so I got the action one for Megatron, and I built the Soundwave, which was really good. And they did a Prime too as well. So yeah, those action ones were pretty cool.
Have you done the clear Megatron yet, or is that upcoming?
No, it's right up there.
Okay,
I haven't built it yet. It's that Tarn took a little bit. It took a little while because it came with a little figure with him. That one took a little bit, but I got Megatron, the original one. I'm gonna do that one first, and I'm gonna do the clear purple one.
Okay. Yeah, I have them all except for the clear one, and I was a little indifferent, not sure should I pick up the clear one or not. So we'll see what your verdict is.
How's the Megatron?
I think the Megatron is great. Like so Soundwave is my favorite, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
that was great. Yeah.
Like I think the best build and complexity, Tarn definitely, right? Like that one took way longer than I expected.
Yeah, me too.
But the Megatron is good. I think the Megatron is fairly on par with the Optimus. They seem fairly similar.
Okay. A little similar.
So if you're okay with the Optimus, then the Megatron is pretty much the same, in my opinion.
I mean, they're not really hard builds, but like I said, it took a bit. There was a lot of small pieces for the Tarn one, especially.
Yeah, Tarn was wild. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'll throw this together like in an afternoon, and like
5 hours later,
like 4 or 5 hours, and I was like, I have to finish this tomorrow. Like,
right. I was like, because I thought I'd have. So I started shooting the review, and I'm like, I'll have this out by the day. About 2 or 3 days later, I was like, all right, I'm finally done. It kept going to it, coming back and stuff. And Nickel wasn't really hard to build. She was fine, but there's a lot of smaller pieces, especially those small little pink stuff, the little pink translucent pieces.
Oh yeah.
I thought I lost one at one point. I was like, I hate that. Oh, I really hate that.
So I know I actually built this one. So sometimes I'll get adventurous and try to build little model kits in my office where there's just too much stuff.
Oh my God, your office. And so Thomas's office, his desk is huge. We have this custom built desk for his office.
Oh,
and
it's about our decks now.
No, I'm not talking about decks. I'm talking about desks. And that's even more.
I'm surprised I had been called to talk about more.
He has, so his desk in his office is like what, 5 feet by
something like that.
5, like it's an L-shaped desk. It is huge.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely huge.
Because I do, on one side I do photography, in a corner I do work, and the other side is now collecting figures.
And so like he has this massive desk, and there is no free space. The whole thing is covered, plus the whole floor. Like your office is a disaster zone.
In my defense,
I want nothing to do with your office.
I tried really hard this week to actually start organizing my what I call my bonus figures, which are just things for pictures, like in the background or whatever. Right? They're not displaying stuff. But I'm telling you, the universe is against me, and it does not want me to organize my stuff.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. I ordered some nice, low profile, compact, storage containers that were clear, so I could label them, but also see what was in there. They stack right.
And then Amazon.
And then it was a 4-pack. They show up 3-pack. There's only 3 of them in there. 3 of them in a box that says 4-pack. So then I go to Amazon. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just refund these and get it again. So I issue a refund.
Yeah.
Print out the shipping label.
You're ready to go.
Ready to go. Get an email the next morning that's like, due to some safety concern, we've canceled your order and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, what?
So
then I contact Amazon. And I'm like, hey, can I get these? And they're like, nope, but we can give you a 25% discount, not a refund on yours. And so I got 3 of them. And I'm like, I'm just telling you, the universe does not want me to clean up this mess.
I want you to clean up your office mess. It's a disaster. It's awful.
I think
the dog doesn't even want to go in your office.
She doesn't want to go in my office anyway.
The dog wants nothing to do with your office.
The son is in your office, and that's what she wants.
I think Walmart, at a time was canceling. I don't know if it was Walmart or Pulse or somebody was canceling orders and just sending a figure that was of equal cost or whatever. And it was older stuff, old stock and everything. People were getting mad because they wasn't getting the pre-order, transform they wanted. They were getting something, old and everything. I think it was either Pulse or Walmart was doing that or something.
Yeah, Pulse does that. If you have a defect or something, and
is that what they do? Okay.
Yeah, if they don't have it in stock, they'll ship you something of equal value, which is
it's bullcrap.
Yeah. It's a mixed bag. You never know. It could be something cool. It could be something really dumb.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people get stupid stuff. They're like, I don't want this. I don't want RC. I'll order something different.
Yeah, it's like you order a leader class and they send you an RC.
Yeah, or a Voyager or something. The Voyager with extra parts to say it's a leader class.
Noxious.
Ridiculous.
Do you want to do another wheel of questions?
I know you like the wheel of questions.
I do like the wheel of questions. I think it's good. Sometimes the universe gives good questions. Sometimes
the universe gives you 3 totes when you order 4.
I know.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, so we do. So I will say we do like to add some conspiracy ones, and this one clearly fits in the conspiracy realm of how do you plan to worship our future AI overlords? Because it's only a matter of time before we all just have to submit to the AI.
I hope I'm gone by that time. To be honest, I don't. It's going to happen. It's already happened right now. Everything's been taken over. Movies, everything. Reviews are going to be doing AI. That somebody's going to take my face and or some reviews. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to support. I don't want to support AI. I'm actually in a chat with some friends of mine, and we were actually talking about AI all day today. And everything. I just F AI, it's people are losing jobs and stuff, whatever. Screw AI. I don't care.
So I think, here's my thing is, I try to look at AI like a computer, right? Because when computers came out and, everybody thought computers were going to take everybody's jobs. And some people lost jobs because of computers, but if implemented the right way, computers made things more efficient. You know, they helped advance things, right? And so I'm trying to look at AI the same way, where if it's implemented in the right way and used as like an enhancement tool to take like to take like what you can do well now, but have it make it so you can do that better tomorrow,
right?
Then that's good. But we're working from a corporation, you know, in a corporation, they're all like, how can we use AI to replace everybody's jobs? And I'm like, you can't, you morons, because like it's not it's not a sentient thing. It's not real. It can't think for itself. Like, it only knows what you tell it, you know? And so
also the data centers are okay. So this is my and people have watched this before. I've heard me say this is like,
we're gonna talk about cloud seeding.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about cloud seeding. I am so when I was a child, I don't know if you remember this, Deluxe, do you remember?
Real quick pause.
Yeah.
They did not make me return the defective one, which I don't know what is what if we're talking about Hasbro. They like, I've had 2 issues. They have not made me return the defective one.
Yeah. So what I believe is happening with the data centers is like when we were kids, right? Like, I remember there being a lot more snow and like we had regular weather patterns. Like it was not uncommon for us to have like snow on, you know, Halloween and stuff like that. Like there was now we have like, you know, hot, you know, we were walking around with t-shirts and practically shorts on Christmas. Like this is not appropriate. So my belief is because of the data centers needed to power AI, they're cloud seeding so there's enough water because they need a lot of water to power the data centers. And that is totally messy with all of our weather patterns. That is my personal belief, is that all of our weird like weather patterns are because of the data centers.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could too. I didn't even think about that. You know, screw global warming. It's the data center.
It's because
actually, wouldn't that be wild if like global warming isn't a thing, but there's just been like data centers that it's slowly increasing, and so it's like not even the emissions from vehicles or anything. It's the data centers for the AIs that are causing the global warming.
Our weather. I mean, I'm in the South. You know, like we used to just have like maybe one or like maybe a couple of days of snow and everything where we get really bad, which we did this year. This past year we had, or this past couple of months had a pretty big snowstorm, which everybody did. But normally, Arkansas, we would have different weather. It could be raining one day, snowing the half the day, and then sunny the rest of the day. It's kind of weird.
Arkansas weather is not much different than Iowa weather.
We
had a blizzard really on Sunday, and it was 72 on Monday.
It's really hot during the summer. It's really just muggy. It's really muggy down here. Yeah. Not like muggy, not Louisiana, not like that, but it is really muggy in Arkansas during the summer.
I was going to address this question real quick. I actually talk very bad to my assistants.
You say a lot of curse words to the LLM, and the robot, the AI overlords are definitely going to murder you. You're going to.
We have like a Google device in most of our rooms, and I say horrible things. I say things.
I don't like it. I correct you all the time. I was like, do not say that.
To those things that I would never say to a living person. I'm just like you interject yourself in my conversation with some information that I didn't ask for, you're going to hear about it.
Exactly. Mind your business.
Like, I didn't ask you to turn on the lights. I didn't ask you what the weather was.
Stop it.
I'm just talking. I don't need your help.
So bad.
I do agree that people are putting too much faith. Like the real problem is people are calling it AI, and it's not AI, it's machine learning.
Yes.
And people are pretending like it's sentient, and it's not sentient. It is just advanced machine learning. Not yet, right? But like, I think that's the ultimate problem with a lot of the AI stuff is when you get up higher in a corporation, like you just hear the buzzwords like AI, right? And you hear people talking about how like it can do this and this and this, and we can reduce workforce because of A, B, and C. But what they don't know is that like somebody has to program the stuff to make it do the thing, right? And and so that's it. Is people like it can do cool stuff, right? Like, but
I mean,
anyway,
I think just to go off on a little tangent. I mean, I don't know. I mean, most people just say it's AI just because they're sending jobs overseas. I mean, just to cover up something, just to say That's just a little theory. I'm not for sure yet, but I lost one of my jobs for them sending it overseas and everything. So people are just saying, well, it's AI. What? No, they're just sending jobs overseas. It has nothing to do with AI taking jobs. So there's so much you can go off on. I want to collect Transformers and just live my life. I got to make it 12 more years. I can retire and I'm good to go.
Exactly.
That's all I got.
That's my goal. Just like how you make it long enough
to collect Social Security, and hopefully it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's there. Fingers crossed.
AI doesn't steal it all.
You want to do one more wheel of questions?
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's.
This is your stream, not mine.
It is my stream.
You took it over.
I did. All right, let's see what this one is. Oh, do you believe toy companies intentionally underproduce exclusives to create artificial scarcity and drive aftermarket prices?
Yeah. Oh, I definitely think that. That's a good question. Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about? Like exclusives, okay, so
let's use the Earthspark Soundwave as an example.
Well, I mean, Hasbro, Hasbro did that recently. They did a 2-pack of the Coneheads and then Thrust by himself as a Target exclusive, which was stupid. Dang well, everybody wants all 3 Coneheads. So put them in a 3-pack and call it a day. Same thing with the Insecticons. They also did it with Runabout and Runamuck. They sold them separately. Like one was a Target exclusive, the other one. Yep. So yeah, I have no idea. Either the person that did that didn't know anything about what Transformer was, or what their character was, or they just didn't care. So yeah, I mean some people exclusives at TFCon and stuff. They don't sell a whole lot of those because I think that's a good thing too as well, because you want something exclusive. Like I think Hasbro did this back in the day when 2007 BotCon, they did the Seekers for their box set, and they said they wasn't going to release them. Come on now, they're going to release the Seekers, and then a couple years later they released some Seekers. So to tell them these are exclusives, and then and everybody thought they was going to be, but they wasn't. But yeah, I think they underproduce, to drive up the market. I think I think they do.
So the thing I always get curious about is what. So let's say, I can understand so if you underproduce something, then it is going to drive people to go either in store or online to try to buy the thing, right? Yeah. But what is the incentive for them when it comes to the aftermarket? So what kickback does Hasbro get from eBay when people are taking at the time probably $35 figure and reselling it for $250 or what, right?
Well, I mean, Hasbro been doing that. I mean, they've been releasing older stuff that were hard to find, just recently, because they were seeing that eBay and other companies were getting so much money for this stuff. So oh, well, look, we found this old stock of stuff that, that are hard to find, and they were getting it back into it, so, I mean, they do pay attention to that. And it is kind of, crappy, and third party has done that before. They found some old, stock of other stuff and everything. So, I don't know if that's one of your guys. I've never seen that guy. So.
What is happening here? What is happening? I don't know if that needs to exist.
This is a very happily married man right
I'm
now.
What is this all about? I'll buy it. Those just popping in to drop some inappropriate content. Thanks. Peace out. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you subscribed, liked, and shared on your adventure, that's all we ask for. So.
We do try and keep this at a reasonable time frame. Otherwise, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Would you? Otherwise, we'll talk for another however many hours.
Sarah likes to keep our things to 90 minutes.
I try and keep it 90 minutes, 100
minutes. Like a real professional.
Yes, like a real.
I'm just I have no sense of time, so I'm 4 hours later. I'm just are we?
Well, I do it. Well, see, I do a show. Around 30, which I mentioned it. A little bio thing is that I call it around 30 minutes, but it's never 30 minutes.
Yeah.
if you last less than 30 minutes, that means it wasn't a good show.
I actually really like the idea of around 30 minutes. That's another very fun concept.
I need to get back into it. I just did one recently with a friend of mine, but I need to get back. I was doing it for a lot of people, and I need to get y'all on there too as well. And you can be clothed too as well. But yeah, around 30 minutes. Like I said, if you do it less than 30 minutes, that means it wasn't a good show. So usually it's an hour. You just talking. I asked a couple. I asked about 5 or 10 questions, and then we just shoot the crap. After that, and just have fun, just like we did here tonight.
Yeah. This is great though. I love this.
We used to do more wheel questions, and then it all depends on where things evolve into.
So you're a good talker. In the words of my grandma, you're a good talker. So I didn't have to we didn't have to lean on the wheel too much here. But the wheel is also a good if somebody's not forthcoming.
So that's it. So that's a good thing. So if you've been on the show and you had a lot of wheel questions, there's telling you that you wasn't a good guest. I'm not saying that. They're saying that.
I'm not a good conversation carrier.
You are not.
I'm good at spouting nonsense about myself.
My problem is I want to be friends with everyone, and I will talk to anyone. I will talk to a homeless person for an hour in real life. It is a problem. It is a situation where I don't know how to cut it off.
This is why this only works with 2 of us, because if it was just me, I would just rant the whole time about something. If it was just her, she'd be like, I don't know anything about this, but whatever.
Here, please tell me all your traumatic childhood stories. I want to know them right now.
So with the 2 of us, she's like, "Hey, let's engage the guests," and I'm like, "And I'll just interject my rant," and then we have a show.
It works. I tell you, it works. But I had a great time. I know. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a great time. Like I said, I'm gonna get y'all on around 30 sometime, and we'll definitely have a good time with that too as well.
Before we depart, I'm going to throw links. They're in the show description and everything else, but we're going to put in the chat here. So if by chance there's anybody that has not seen all of the links to follow you, they will now. And if you say that you still didn't see them, then you're a liar, and you need to do better with yourself.
Get your priorities straight, everybody. But thank you so much. And while he's putting all the links in there, what is the best way for folks to follow you?
Exactly what I just did.
What channels would you like besides all of them?
Just the main ones I use. The main one I use is YouTube and Instagram. I do have a Facebook post, but I try to everything I post on Instagram goes to my Facebook group, my Facebook channel, whatever it is. But yeah, YouTube is Deluxe Baldwin. It used to be Hell Hasbro Reviews, but I dropped the Hasbro crap a long time ago. But yeah, that's how you can get to me. Like I said, Instagram, I don't use X or whatever you want to call it now. I don't use that crap. That's a cesspool. TikTok too. I'm on TikTok now too as well. If you don't mind, I would love to get monetized on TikTok. It's going to be a minute, but I use TikTok a lot now too as well. So
our only advice.
Yeah, so I'll give you our pro advice with TikToks, and it's live streams
all the time.
TikTok. So if you
don't live stream, your videos aren't going to go anywhere.
So we used to just so and also what people like on TikTok is just doing dumb mundane stuff.
I mean, we would live stream for on the weekends, all weekend, and just doing dumb normal stuff.
I live stream for 8 hours on TikTok one day where I was rearranging my boxes, and we had people that were there the whole time just watching us rearrange boxes.
8-10 hours.
So
well, thank you. I did not know that. That's why my TikTok's not going off. That's why I've never done a live.
Yeah, so it's I'll post one of our little shorts, and it goes nowhere. It'll get maybe 100 to 200 views on TikTok, where it could get 10,000 on Instagram. But if
Instagram, I'm good. I'm good on Instagram.
But if you live stream on TikTok that week,
and then if you live stream a few hours on multiple days, and again actually, so if you were I'm not trying to tell you what to do, just personal what we've learned.
I need all the help. I need all the help I need.
But if you were live streaming, you doing a review or a behind the scenes or so something just mundane where you are doing an activity, that's what people will stay and watch for hours. Yes. So whatever whatever you do that just takes a long time,
Like he live streams when he lists stuff on eBay. He live streams that on TikTok, and he gets tons of views.
People like we'll
just
have
dumb stuff you would not
20, 30, 100, whatever people just like be like, hey, what are you doing? Listing stuff on eBay. What do you got there? Like, here's this thing. Like, can I have that? No, but you can go buy it off of eBay. Like, you know. Like,
well, I see a lot of people doing just like reviews. Basically, they're just talking about, and I thought about doing that, just going over and just talking about a figure and just sitting there. And yeah, I need to start doing that. I've done live a couple times on Instagram, which my Instagram is really good. I've had a lot of that, but I do a lot of shorts and stuff on there. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I will definitely start doing that for.
That's just what we learned, and
then we stopped live
with the live.
We can't.
Yeah, with this live stream and everything else, like it's hard to do all the socials, like you know, and
I have to find time to do it. Yes, definitely will have to find time.
That's why I'm saying, like if you're ever doing like a mundane task, like if you just throw it up while you're doing the task, like because then it's not as much of like trying to find time to do it,
because like we would actually put transformers like around us while I was cooking.
We would do stuff like that.
That's genius.
Just like dumb, or we put like Triptychon in the background while we were folding laundry. Like it just it's
we call it hanging with Triptychon, and so like we would just do house chores like with Triptychon in the background.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, people would
I don't have my Triptychon out, but that'd be awesome. That is so cool.
There you go.
I need to start doing that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Make sure you follow.
Yes.
Deluxe. If you don't,
like, subscribe.
I have at least one person's address while they're already following you.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna send like a baby shower card. I have like a box of Hallmark cards, and I'm just gonna pull a random card out of the box, and then it's going to that address. I'm just saying. All right. Thanks everybody.
Well, you're doing it wrong.
I am. Wait, what are you gonna do?
So because I keep trying to talk you into this.
I know, it's very stupid.
I know. No, it's not. So next week we have.
Oh yeah, next week we have T Honda.
Nice.
Right? Did I make that up, Brent?
Or I thought it was.
What did I say, right?
I don't know. Oh god.
No,
we are the worst people ever.
They have somebody on.
Oh, it's T Honda next week?
It's T Honda, Travis Bentley.
All right.
Yeah.
So next week we have T Honda, Travis. I don't know, because I asked you earlier who we had next week, and that's not who you said.
That's too bad we have it on our calendar.
So, I don't pay attention to that. Anyway, so join us next week. We have T Honda, Travis Bentley, like comic artist. He's a fun individual.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Otherwise, shoot, I forget, man.
It's see you next Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
we got it.
There you go.
See you next Tuesday.
And tell your mom I said hi.
Dang, nice.